Hey everyone, today I want to take you on a journey. A journey of how I created a physical product from scratch with no prior experience. That's right, no engineering degree, no product design background, just a regular dad looking to challenge himself and upgrade his life. I'm going to break it all down for you. The idea, the prototype, production, and shipping. So if you've ever dreamed of creating your own product, this is how I did it. Let's dive in. The first step, come up with an idea. Now, I've always really been into personal development, and my wife is obsessed with productivity. One day, I noticed her trying to tweak our wall calendar, trying to make it more functional. And it hit me. Why have we been stuck with the same boring wall calendar design forever? You know the one. Grid on the bottom with the dates, picture on the top, kittens or castles or shirtless hunks in bow ties, whatever, I'm not here to judge. Occasionally, it gets a little fancier, but it rarely gets more practical. So I started imagining something better, some way that I could upgrade a calendar. What if there were a corkboard, dry erase board combo where you could hang your calendar in the middle and then have space on the sides for all of your notes, your lists, your tasks, your brilliant ideas, anything you want to jot down? You can't do that on a regular wall calendar. You have these tiny little squares that might fit a dentist appointment, but you're not going to fit your plans in there. You're not going to fit your life into those squares. You're not going to take your calendar and make it an organization station. I searched high and low for something like that, and I could not find anything online. I realized this product I dreamed up in my head, it didn't actually exist yet. This is a thing that I needed. Maybe you need it too. Maybe somebody out there needs it. I cannot be the only one. So I decided I'm gonna go for it. So that was it. I wanted it. It didn't exist. Somebody else out there wants it too. I'm making it. Creating the prototype was honestly my favorite part of the process. I didn't even tell anybody what I was up to. I just went down to the basement and started rummaging around, looking for materials or supplies. I had an old whiteboard kicking around, and all I had to do was go and buy some corkboard panels and some hinges. So I had everything I needed and I got to work. So I grabbed the old whiteboard that I found, fired up my old table saw, made some measurements, and I cut the pieces exactly how I pictured them. I got the corkboard panels that I bought at the store and the hinges, and I just screwed it all together, and there it was. It was very rough, but it was exactly how I pictured it in my mind. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So I took it upstairs, I put it on the wall, and asked my wife what she thought. Her reaction was priceless. She was stoked, and if she was stoked, then I was stoked. We were ready to go. And that was the point when I knew that I was going to take this from dreaming to actually taking the plunge. I had to do some research and find out how I was going to make this happen for real. So of course, I went straight to Google, and Google took me to the most logical place, Alibaba. So next up was the production process, and let me tell you, this was a learning curve. I reached out to probably about a dozen suppliers, and most of them were very adamant that I could just buy their products. Of course, I found suppliers who made whiteboard and corkboard products, and every one of them said, just buy what we have, just buy what we have. We already make something similar. We don't need to make you your custom design. And really, who could blame them? They wanted to sell their pre-made products. It's easier, but I was relentless. I explained my vision, I pestered them with questions, and in the end, I narrowed it down to 3 suppliers who were able to make me a prototype sample. And these prototypes cost me roughly $100 each, including the shipping, and I got them all made differently. One with metal frame, one with a wooden frame, one with lighter material, one with heavier material. I just wanted to mix it up and try different varieties. After weighing the production costs, the shipping, and the minimum order quantities, I actually ended up going with the most expensive supplier. I could have saved a few bucks and went cheaper, but this is my first time ever making something like this, and I wanted it to be quality. I didn't want to sell a cheap piece of garbage. And yes, I knew ahead of time this is not the smartest business move in terms of making profit, but I just wanted something I could be proud of. So with a $5,000 investment, I ordered 500 units at $10 per unit. And remember, that's before the shipping costs. I started dreaming this whole thing up in May. The production finally started in July, and the products were finished and ready to ship by September. It took way longer than I expected, but hey, progress is progress, and expectations are the root of disappointment. So I went in with no expectations whatsoever. If it takes a month, that's great. If it takes a year, that sucks, but I'll take it. I'm not gonna worry about that. I just want to do something different, and if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And then there was the shipping. Oh, the shipping. This was by far the most stressful part of the whole process. The Alibaba supplier who made the products for me actually offered to do the shipping for $3,000, and I thought I could probably save some money. So instead of going with their quote, I reached out, did some digging, and found that DHL actually offered to do the same shipment for $1,300. So of course, I went with DHL, feeling like a genius. Wrong. That whole process was a nightmare dealing with DHL. The $1,300 that they quoted me and 5 weeks of shipping time actually ballooned to over $3,000 and took over 3 months to arrive. It seemed like every time that I contacted them, the number just seemed to go up. It was always something. Storage fees, extra taxes, extra charges. It really did feel like they were squeezing me for every penny, and I did not believe in the end that the $1,300 was what they intended to charge me. It's just what got the sale. I won't bore you with all of the frustrations, but in the end, through this whole process, very little of it caused me to lose any sleep aside from this shipping stuff. It was very frustrating. But finally, after starting all of this in May, on December 28th, my shipment finally arrived in my driveway. 500 units of the product that I ordered. My basement was overflowing with stacks and stacks of what I was now calling the TaskMastery calendar enhancer. So I guess that means I'm in business. I'm a businessman. I have a product. I have a company. I have stacks and stacks of things that I'm ready to sell. So here I am, 8 months after that first spark of inspiration, sitting here holding the physical product that I made, and I'm ready to sell it. Am I the best businessman? No. But I learned something very valuable. You don't have to be an expert to bring your dreams to life. All it takes is a little creativity, a spark of inspiration, and the persistence to stick with it and learn as you go. And if I can do it, you can definitely do it. So what's your idea? What's your dream that you've been sitting on, unsure of if you can actually make it happen? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. I'll even give you some feedback on what I think. But I remind you, I am not an expert. So if you like my idea and you want to find out for yourself how my product turned out, then just click the link in the description. You can just check it out on my website, have a look, let me know what you think. Or you could buy one, gift one to a friend, or just give me some feedback. And honestly, if you think it's garbage, you can tell me it's garbage. If you have some recommendations on what you would change, all feedback is golden. I love to hear that kind of stuff. And as always, we appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on social media if you want to learn more. Thanks.